It's currently February 2022, and it's been currently 2 years since I built my last PC. This guy right here, 2 years ago. And if I'm honest, I don't really see myself building a new PC anytime soon, and I'm sure there's a lot of you all out there that are in the same boat. And that really sucks. The whole PC market sucks. The semiconductor shortage sucks. Scalpers, they probably suck the most. Miners aren't helping, they suck. So I thought I would add insult to injury today in this video and look back at what a PC used to be back in 2020. What could you build then? And then what can you build now? What does that same price point get you nowadays? And the price point I want to shoot for is about $500. We're gonna do a $500 then and now PC. 500 bucks used to get you a pretty respectable entry-level PC back then. It wouldn't be something super high-powered, but it would be respectable with consoles of the time. And I'm interested to know what that same $500 gets you in 2022. Now, my process for building a PC back in the before times was I would go to like a channel like Paul's Hardware.
Good news.
I would find his most current build video where he kind of gave recommendations on parts. I would take those parts, tweak them to what I thought I needed, and then buy and build that. That was my original idea for this video. I went back to Paul's channel. I looked at 2020 and found a $500-ish build. I think the video I found was how to build a $550 gaming PC in 2020. And my original idea was to take that parts list and buy like the most current version of those things. For example, like he used the Ryzen 5 1600, so I was thinking I'll get a 5600X. He used the RX 570, which was the low-end AMD card at the time. So I was like, I'll use the 6500 XT, put it all in an Excel sheet, look at the prices.
Bruh.
That's like $1,000 now. That's insane. We're not doing that. So instead, we're gonna pivot to something different. I was like, man, what kind of PC can you get for $500? Because this is not looking good. So I went to Amazon. I typed in gaming PC and I sorted by price. And I picked the first one that was under 500 bucks. And that's it. I really didn't pay much attention to anything else about the description of the PC. I looked at the thumbnail, saw RGB, clicked purchase, and it's right here. We're gonna look at how bad or good it is, and probably shed a tear today. Now, the last pre-built I actually looked at was a Digital Storm PC, and it came a little bit better packed. Well, what are you gonna do? As long as it's not broken, right? That's the only thing you gotta worry about. This is the best type of shipping, is when they take a huge box, put a little box inside of it, and then use no other packing stuff. There's no bubble wrap, pack of peanuts. They're like, it'll probably make it, right? I got the X1 glass panel RGB. Another great sign. What does it say? Montech with good value. There's not really much damage to the, I mean, right here, there's a little bit of scuff. This tape job doesn't look factory. It looks like somebody, obviously they just took the case box, opened it up, put a PC in it, and then just shoved it right back in the same box with a exceptional tape job. But remember, this is a $500 PC in 2022. We're lucky we got a box at all. It's got a weird burnt electric smell right out of the gate. I haven't even turned it on. Is that the power supply?
Stop! Just stop! Stop!
Ta-da! As long as it works, man. Where'd this come from? I think it looks like one of the glass side panel things. All I hope is it doesn't have the green PCB board. Don't be that PC. Well, that's interesting. So they're all still there, the four of them. So we got an extra part. This is another little rubber side panel bumper. That's free value right there. It's green. I will give credit though. I mean, it was pretty secure. I mean, not much really to get bounced around, I guess. Whoa. Huh. It says Montech on the PC, and I'm pretty sure that the thumbnail said ViprTech. So something that says, yeah, it says right here. This item cannot be returned. Contact us directly. ViprTech.com. Yeah, it says ViprTech. Who knows? I guess we'll just plug it in now and see if it works. And if it does, we'll put games on it. It's got 2 sticks of RAM, so that's at least a bonus. Oops. There's only 2 DIMM slots, but they're both populated with 4 gigs of just unnamed RAM. Hynix RAM. It's probably top tier. Let's plug it in and see what the specs are. The thumbnail that this thing was shown. No, our free value part. All right, first problem, as I was getting ready to set it up, I looked at this abysmal I/O, and this graphics card's like ancient. It's got what, DVI, mini HDMI, which I don't think I have any of those. I might have a DVI, but I don't think I have a DVI monitor. I had one, but I broke it, just like a lot of things I have. So I'm gonna have to find a way to get a video out signal. What even is this thing? Ah, no visible marking, my favorite. What the? Are you hearing that? That's a healthy fan. Let me find a cable, I think. Ha ha! Good news, everybody. The one old DVI cable that I have, I did not throw away. And this monitor that I have has a DVI connector. So we're in business. Now this monitor is 1440p, which I don't think is going to be in the wheelhouse of this little graphics card. So we're going to shoot for 1080. And if I could plug this in, I would be happy. Why won't you go in? Am I just stupid? What's going on here? We got something bent here. Oh, we got a bent pin. This is a horrible tragedy has befallen our DVI cable, and we must repair it. We must iFix it. Oh boy. Oh, there's 2. There's 2 broken. They're bent. I hope they're not going to be broken. 1. Ooh. Okay. Let's check this end. That one looks okay. Okay. Please work. The world must know how good is this PC. Okay, felt like it plugged in. CPU cooler looks to be a dark flash, which I've never heard of. Hopefully it's nice and quiet. PCB just says Intel desktop board. So you know that's top tier. Still don't know exactly what graphics card it is. But we'll find out soon enough. We got some Montech fans. 1, 2, 3, 4 total. Which actually isn't too bad, really. For the case doesn't seem too bad. It seems like it has decent airflow too. It's a nice mesh front. Another sign of top tier parts is when your power supply is not automatic switching. So if you're in 110 and it's already set to 110, you're good. But if you're a 220 user and it's set to 110, you could have a bad time.
Why does it keep doing that?
Even though it already smells like it had a bad time. But it's set to 110. I'm in North America, so 110. Look just like regular old school USB. What is that even called? VGA? VGA? DVI? I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. Don't know. I know that's old school keyboard mouse. Don't have a clue what that is. I could probably look it up, but who cares? I just noticed there's no switch on the power supply to turn it off or on. You know, like every other power supply on the planet has a switch on the back so you can turn the power supply off. Not this one. Interesting. So I imagine as soon as we plug this in, it's just going to be go time. Ooh, it's very RGB. This thing sounds like absolute butts. That fan we were messing with. I don't know if you can hear it. There's got to be something stuck in it. We're posting. All right, now that I got OBS downloaded and we can see what's going on, let's talk about what I like so far about it. And there is one thing. I do like the case. I did notice that, again, we have the identity crisis. We're ViprTech, we're Montech. Do we really know? We don't, but either way, I mean, this case is pretty nice. I wish it didn't have any branding on it. Well, what are you going to do? The things I hate so far. The green motherboard, but it's a given. It's cheap. And it's 2022. What are you going to do? The RAM looks cheap. It might be good, I don't know, but it looks cheap. This abysmal graphics card, it already has dust on it, which I find upsetting. This is brand new. It's already dusty. I assume this graphics card sat in a box for 10 years and they just threw it in a PC to make a quick buck, but yeah, it's got dust on it. The fan, I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds horrendous. And I'm basing this about, you know, this is a $500 PC. You should be able to get a console, like a PS5, for about $500.
Good luck with that.
So I want these to be the same. You wouldn't open a PS5 and have it just make all this horrendous noise. It wouldn't be dusty. It would be what you expected it to be, and this is pretty lackluster. The thing I hate the most, though, these fans. It's cool that it comes with 4, but these are the absolute worst type of RGB fans. They're just stagnant red, green, and blue. And I hate that. I'd much rather it just be no lights at all. But these are literally 2-wire fans, so they're just on, running as fast as they run. That's it. The CPU, also just RGB. I see no way to change it on there. I mean, if anything, the CPU might, but I don't. I don't see it. And it does have a 3-wire at least, so it looks like it's PWM controlled. But yeah, I'm not happy thus far. But let's get real excited and look at what the specs are. Let me turn OBS on so everybody can enjoy it together. We'll find out what we're really packing. And all of this can be forgiven if it at least plays games halfway decent. Moment of truth. What are we working with on this PC? We'll just go to Task Manager real quick and see what it says. CPU, we got an i5 2400. Okay. How old is that? It seems like Sandy Bridge years. I had a 2500K for a long time. Worked like it was a beast. Oh yeah, 2400 release date 2011. That's not looking good. Okay, well memory we have 8 gigs. It's 2 4 gig. I guess it's okay. It's 8 gigs of RAM. It's expected, but at least we got 2 sticks, so we got like at least dual channel, 1600 megahertz. That's nothing crazy. Ooh, we got an H. We have a regular hard drive, like not solid state, just standard spinning steel here. Oh, that's not good either. I only have OBS running in the background, and we have a GTX 650, which is horrendous. I think I have a 580 over there. This is, I believe, the next gen garbage tier version. Yeah, 2012. So this PC, we basically jumped in a time machine. We went back to 2012 and got this thing, which even in 2012, an i5 2400 and a 650 would be pretty shit, to tell you the truth. So I'm not even convinced we're actually going to be able to play any of the games on this thing. That's really kind of a bummer. Considering OBS is running at 93% right now, we'll try some games without OBS to give it the best chance. I guess we're going to start. We'll start easy and work our way up. I forgot how bad loading times were on old hard drives, especially the first time you open a game. This brings me back. Oh, we made it. Let's see. There's no mods, just stock. And I'm sure mods would just murder this thing. We're at the Space Center here with a 34 FPS. That's usable. I mean, it's not ideal, but vehicle assembly, 60 frames. And we're just gonna load a random ship that I have saved in this game. Maybe. There we go. So slow. Yay! Ooh, dropping a little bit of frames, but we're at 27, 25, ascending, 19. It's not the best, but it is playable. This is a pretty decent sized rocket. The game's gonna struggle as you try to, make bigger things. And kind of the Kerbal end game is just see how big of crap you can send into space. So it's not an ideal setup, but it would work. It would get you by if you had nothing. This would at least let you play Kerbal Space Program. Should have started my gravity turn a while ago. So the only thing, it's 15 frames. The only thing that sucks about such low frame rates, it just feels so laggy. Uh-oh, I broke things. Oh, we dropped major frames. That's okay. About 15, 12. It's very low, but in a pinch you could do it. You could drop the graphics down a little bit as well. But Kerbal's a pretty simple game. Let's go back to Polybridge now that we updated the drivers and see if we can get that to work. Yeah, 60 locked. There's no issue whatsoever on Polybridge. We'll build the bridge and see what it does when you run the physics. Yeah, it drops a little bit. That worked all right. So if you want to play Polybridge, no issues. You could have 60 FPS all day, every day. Let's try Overwatch. Overwatch is an older game. I played a lot of Overwatch, and I wonder how it would do with this hardware. So let's fire it up. And the graphics quality, we're just going to set it just low. Give it its best shot. Honestly, it's not bad. I mean, everything is as low as it goes, but this is usable. 80, 90. This actually isn't that bad. 74, 75. This is 100% usable if you want to play some Overwatch. No problem. It's only 1080. It doesn't look super good, but it's pretty smooth. Now, the last game I want to try is let's try a dumpster game for a dumpster PC. Battlefield 2042. We all know that this game is horribly optimized. It's got its own laundry list of problems, so let's see if you're unlucky to be playing Battlefield on a very old PC. What can you expect? So for a bit of context, while we wait for this not to load, let's talk about the minimum system requirements for Battlefield 2042. CPU, they want at least an i5 6600K or an AMD Ryzen 5 1600. Not even close. They want 8 gigs of RAM. We do have that. Video card, they want at least a GTX 1050 Ti or an AMD Radeon 560 4 gig. Not even in the same ballpark. I'm surprised we got to this far, to tell you the truth. Oh, it's so bad. Fraps is broken. Well, let's see if we can get it to do anything. Do I have a mouse anymore? And DirectX has crashed. Nothing like buying a brand new gaming PC and then not being able to play brand new games. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but you get my point. Let's give it one more chance. Come on, baby, you can do it. Another great sign is when you have your power from your graphics card being powered by a Molex connector. It's nice. Please, Battlefield, let us see how bad it is. Not the game. The game's pretty bad, but just, we lost it. So I think that's about it. So in closing, should you buy this PC? Absolutely not. In no world are parts from 2012 worth $500. The most you should buy this PC for, if you just happen to see one configured exactly like this come up for sale on like Craigslist or something, is $60. $40 for the case, and then another $20 for all the other crap inside of it, just because it's something you can use for Word or Polybridge. That's about it. There's no way you should buy this. And I'm not knocking on the people selling it. Obviously, whoever's selling it has come across a giant stash of old PC hardware that they're just trying to flip. And they're pretty honest about what it is on the page they list it. The description of the computer is basically all of the things it is. It lists what its processor is, its graphics card, how much RAM it has. It's pretty obvious what it is if you know what you're looking for. If not, you might just see the fancy, pretty thumbnail and all the random computer jargon and think it's a good buy, but it's not. You should not purchase this. You shouldn't have purchased it in 2013, and you definitely don't want to purchase it in 2022. And it just goes to show you, in 2020, you could have got a solid entry-level PC for $500, and in 2022, you can get the absolute garbage tier offered in 2012. I hope it changes soon, but it probably won't. So if you have a functioning gaming PC that you're using right now, make sure you baby it and keep it alive as long as possible, because if you have $500 to spend on a PC, you're better off just holding it and hoping that things turn around someday very soon. Until next time.